Y'all make sure you check your girl out. Love Locks dropping July 4th, celebrating 13 years of independence. That's what's up, Doug, Mrs. Entertainment.
Do it now, do it good. Lick this just
Okay, Khia. So it's nice to have you here.
Yeah, it's nice to be here.
And we're gonna just kind of start with your current project because you've got this
Love Locks.
Love Locks.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, I'm so excited about Love Locks. This is my first R&B project that I'm putting out.
R&B.
R&B. I did a half and half hip hop, half R&B album. My last project, Motormouth, aka Khia, which was half hip hop and half R&B. And the response was crazy. I did a lot of touring in Dubai and Brazil and Morocco, and you know the fans was like, you got to do a whole total R&B album. So I'm like, oh, I got to do it. You know, so Love Locks kind of.
This is for the fans.
This is for the fans. And Khia kind of motivated me to do Love Locks, just to have a complete whole album without any hip hop stuff on it. Next year I'm gonna do Queendom Come, which is Thug Mrs.
I like that title.
Yeah,
Come.
Yeah, that'll be my 7th album, so I'm excited.
That's a 7 album.
7.
You've been in the game for a long time.
Yes.
Going back to My Neck, My Back is everybody's favorite song to this day. Like,
to this day.
I could be in a club in Atlanta, anywhere, but especially here because we're in the South and people love that song. And I heard that you recorded that song in like 15 minutes. Is that true?
Yes.
That's really true.
I'm celebrating 13 years of independence this July 4th, and My Neck, My Back really came out in 2000. It went worldwide. I got worldwide distribution in 2002. So it's been out for 13 years. I got a major deal and kind of, you know, got it in stores everywhere in 2002. So.
Oh wow! How does that, like, how in 15 minutes? Like, what was the thing behind that song? Because
My neck, and my back. Friday, of course. Everybody knows my neck,
so
and my back.
Is that really some of the inspiration?
That's really some of the inspiration.
Oh wow! Okay.
And you know, just joking around, just my neck, my back, my pussy, and my crack. And my godbrother was like, "You need to write that," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna write that." And 15 minutes, it was like joking, wrote the song, and it just took off.
Smash!
Yes.
I mean, that's a big hit. And then you also got some other stuff that you're working on. You've got a book coming out this fall.
Tell
us a little bit about that.
It's time for me to be respected as a creative writer. I don't just write music. I write short stories, poetry, sketch comedy, R&B. Now that people are just now knowing, and I am gonna stamp that author on my resume.
That's a big accomplishment.
I know, right? Ignoring the Signs is a book. It's a true story. It's a fiction book based on nonfiction events.
Okay.
So I've changed the characters around and changed the city and the state, and a lot of stuff has been changed just to put a little creative aspect of it in there. But it's a true story about a lady that I knew, and I just felt like her story needed to be told. And I'm excited for her, just to get her story out there. But it's about a woman being married to a bisexual man and her not knowing. Wow. So it's really giving people the signs to look for and giving women the signs to look for know if your man is on the down low, or if your husband is on the down low, or if he's a bisexual man. I think that men accept bisexual women, and I think it's kind of taboo for men to come out and say I like both. So
I agree. Yes.
I think the story is real interesting. It's scary. It's true. A lot of women are going to be able to relate to it in this time and age, and I think it's the perfect time to release it.
So it's kind of like a self-help in addition to, because you're saying there's signs and things.
Yeah.
How did you meet this lady? Is she a part of the process of writing the book?
Yeah. No.
No.
She wasn't a part of the process on writing the book, but I did interview her and get her story, and then I turned it into a story.
I see.
I met her. Her husband used to do security for me. So I knew her husband before I knew her. I didn't. I wasn't.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, that's why it's really juicy, because he was a friend of mine. He was a friend of mine before her, and then when tragedy struck,
tragedy,
she reached out to me, and I think I have that kind of effect on people where they want to know my opinion on stuff.
You do have the spirit like that.
You know, to tell me, you know, things that she wouldn't have felt comfortable telling anybody else.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, can I write this story? And she was like, yeah. So it was just, it's amazing because I got his side, her side, and everybody else that's on the background side, and that was in the background side. And when you read the book, you can see that we're all really connected. Even though they didn't know each other, they did. And even though you were just sleeping with your husband, you were sleeping with like 30 other people that you didn't even know that were right around you. And how it all is connected. So it's hot. It's good.
Speaking of security, can we talk about some current events? So what do you think about the fact that lately in the news, Beyonce supposedly fired her security after all of these years.
Oh, she shouldn't have fired him. I think he did. He tried to cover and stop the elevator. I think he did his job the best he could.
Right. Do you think the rumors are true though? Because there's a lot of rumors that, and I heard this back in 2009 when he first started working with her, that she was messing around with her security. And people always think that, like, you know, they just because somebody's close to you that you're messing around with them. Because people could have thought that about your security.
Oh, definitely. Because of my song, they think I'm a whore, a stripper. Right. I'm this promiscuous girl, and I'm total.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can see how they could say that.
You can see how they could think that. And
people who don't really know, I can see how they could say yeah, but.
So you think she should have fired him?
I don't think she should have fired him.
Because I mean, like you said, we kind of go into that too, the Solange situation. What do you think of that situation with Jay-Z, like being in the elevator?
You know what? He did something. Because Solange is definitely a soul sister. So for her to kick her feet and spit and throw down like she did, it was something where a black woman is like, you know I'm beating your ass right now. Right. So I think it was something serious. I like how they're covering it up. They remind me of the Jacksons. They so damn sneaky, that Beyonce. But I think it had to be something serious.
No, and I got the same impression because it was almost like they were so chill in the elevator, like as if they were used to her doing that. But it was like, B didn't say anything. She just
and that's what let me know. Like, I'm gonna let my sister beat you because I can.
Because it's something.
It's something. I don't know, but it was something.
Speaking of people hiding things, recently Justin Bieber, this video comes out that has been hidden for all these years.
I love it.
So what do you think about?
I loved it.
I loved it. You weren't offended in any way.
I wasn't offended in any way.
Like him using the N-word.
No. I mean, I'm always
no,
because I use a lot of cracker, excuse me, but I say cracker and honky and whites on the pie and saltines, meaning cracker.
Right.
But I say a lot of that on my blogs, and I get a lot of people that say I'm a racist and she's hating, and my fans. 70% of my fans is white or gay before
you
black.
have a lot of fans on that blog, by the way.
Yes, and I mean humor and joking and I mean if I can say nigga and bitch and hoe, I know I can say crack.
Yeah.
So it's like, in his case, I think he was young. I think he was making jokes, and I think that's how he really feels.
So you give him a pass because
I don't give him no pass, but when I say that. Love your own and support your own, and don't think for 1 minute they like you, and don't think for 1 minute that they're really for you. All that did was just brought it out.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how much you buy their music or you support them or you think that they're for you. Deep down inside, I think that he just spoke volumes to how they really feel about us. So it's like we gotta start supporting each other more.
Right.
And I mean, I love all, and I'm not prejudiced, but I'm for mine, just like I feel that they're for theirs.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna put anybody's race above mine because I think we all bring something to the table, and it's like I'm gonna support and always rally for mine, and I think that's how everybody should be.
Yeah, I think the loyalty that we don't possess is what we need to work on.
We need to work on that. And embrace being us instead of always wanting to be like them, because they're not really,
they want to be like us.
No,
right. Like so, speaking of loyalty, what do you think of T.I. and Tiny and Mayweather's?
I think Tiny needs to stop being messy. I think that Floyd welcomed her into his home because her children were fans of the show. His family was fans of the show, and he invited her over to the barbecue. And I think to try to make her husband jealous, she used that, and she put Floyd in the middle of that. And it's like, stop being messy. Your kids are watching. Y'all want to be the quote unquote Cosbys or this, and then all the true colors are coming out. Either you want to be gangster or you want to be Russell Simmons. You want to be good girl Tiny, or you want to be this whore that starts mess and starts trouble, and you want to make your husband jealous, so you're going to put another man in the middle of it so the media can run with it, and you really know that nothing is going on. And it's just industry mess.
So do you think that Floyd is just like an innocent bystander?
I do. Floyd don't want no Tiny. I do. I think that she threw him under the bus. I think that she did, and I think she knows exactly how to get her husband riled up. I mean, they've been swinging and swapping, for a long time.
That's the word on the street.
Yeah, so it's like, don't try to make him jealous, just do
So you think it was just some old jealousy?
I think it was. I think her being messy, and I hate that Floyd was in the middle.
Yeah, talk about being in the middle. Rihanna, TLC, and this dress. Okay, so this dress Rihanna had.
I love Rihanna's dress.
Well, she didn't have anything on under but I said she had the nerve to cover her head and then cover anything else on her body. However, However, the TLC comment that came out today that TLC feels like T-Boz particularly commented.
T-Boz big as a house, so I see why she commented on it. T-Boz,
She said they never had to do that to sell records, and Chili backed her and said, you know, as TLC, we didn't have to do the things to be.
They didn't do a lot of things. They didn't write a lot of things. They didn't keep up with their money, and that's what they should have been concerned about. So it's like, it doesn't matter what you had to do to sell records. I just feel like she's young, she's beautiful, she has a beautiful body.
She's gorgeous. She is. So what she did on Twitter, she put her background photo as a picture of T-Boz and Chili when they had their tops off, and they just covered their boobs with their hands, just to prove a point. Like, don't act like you were never nude in anything.
Right.
And you know, Left Eye's got a whole thing on, but the two of them are, you know, so she kind of does that.
I
So
didn't see that.
you've got to take it. It just came out like a couple hours ago.
I didn't see that.
That's what we do on Inside the Media. We're right on top.
You
of
get into
it.
dirt. You know all the dirt.
We get it right away.
I think, you know what? I was 21, 22, 26. I think that in those younger times, just like Miley, I love Miley Cyrus, everybody gave her hell. But I mean, we all show off a little bit when we're in our 20s, and I think she looks good, and it was a publicity stunt again.
She always stays relevant.
So, yeah, so I think it was hot.
Speaking of Miley,
I love Miley.
Miley loves you. Because that's, I mean, for her to think that your actual song was better than anybody else's of her song. How did that make you feel? Good.
Again, that's why I was like, my white fan base, I love them to death, because they do look at just the talent and the art and the creativity part of it, and it's not just about, oh, does she have on a designer boots? Like these boots, I've had them since I was 19. You see, and the ruggeder they look, the more I like them. But anybody else will be like, oh, she didn't have on a Louboutin, she didn't have on a red bottom, and it's like, but the white folks don't look at it like that. It's like, you're talented. If you have on a shirt from high school, it's cool. And My Neck, My Back was my song, and she's my favorite, and I love her for that. But Miley is such a big time artist. It's so hard to get to her. So I'm just thankful that her team reached out for me for the remix, because it's a lot of stuff goes on behind the scenes when you're an artist at that caliber. Yeah. And it would have to be. It wouldn't be up to her, because I'm sure she would love to do it. But her label is just, it's so much red tape. Yeah.
So speaking of Billy Ray Cyrus, so who were some of your musical influences? Because I would never think in a million years that you would like country music. Is
I got a country project that I'm working on, Sheba McEntire. But I love country. I'm huge. I love everybody. I'm huge. Tina Turner, Hall & Oates, Phil Collins, Prince, of course, Michael Jackson. I listen to a lot of the R&B, pop stuff, country stuff, top 40 stuff more than I do hip hop.
Really?
Because it's just more substance to me. I think hip hop is just the way that we express our anger or our love or whatever we're expressing on a beat. Where a lot of the pop and the country is the beginning of hip hop. Now, country was putting out rhymes and rhythms before hip hop.
And telling stories.
You better know it. Yeah. So a lot of the country singers are really hip hop artists, but again, I like the top 40 stuff. I like world music. Celine Dion, Josh Groban is a big one. And then people look at me like, what? You ain't saying Lil' Kim, you ain't saying MC Light. But the top 40 music is what inspires me to write more.
So if you had to pick, who do you respect as a hip hop female rapper? Because we know you've got your opinions about who you respect and who you don't respect. Mia X. I'm from New Orleans, so I connect to that.
She is my favorite. I'll be there for give me some gumbo, and she's my favorite.
She's been slept on for years, and people don't realize how talented she is.
She's so good. I just performed with her at the Kentucky Derby, and I mean, Mia looks good, and she still performs like No Limit just came out. So,
really?
Yeah, it would be Mia X. It would.
So what was the Kentucky Derby like? Did you have a big hat?
Oh, you know I did. I had my big Southern Girl Country Southern Belle hat on, and I don't know, the white men love me for some reason. I just tweeted that yesterday. They were all over me.
The white men love
me. You know, I said, But I enjoy the Derby. I love horses. I ride horses.
Do you?
So I do. And I had a chance to see Yo-Yo, Mia X, Michelle A was there, Lil Boosie was there. It was just a lot of people that I was able to reach back and talk to and touch that I hadn't seen in a long time.
That's awesome. So speaking of white boys, have you ever been there?
Never been there.
Never?
I don't think I'll ever go there.
Ever?
Ever.
Really?
But they can rub my feet. They can play in my hair. But I don't think that I would ever, I don't know. I don't think that you can never say never.
But that's not what you usually go for? Well, what's your type? Like if you had a type, like what's your?
I like nerds.
Do you?
I love nerds. And I love
like the glasses and all, like Steve Urkel
smart guys. Yeah,
really.
I do. And athletes, of course.
So you like big men, like tall?
No, I like the small running backs and wide
like 'em
receivers
thick
and short and fast. Never dated a tall man, never dated a fat man, and never dated a white man. So those are things that's on my bucket list. I guess I gotta do.
You gotta get to that.
I gotta get to that. Never
Yeah.
dated a tall man.
Do it now, do it good, lick this.